Hello, I'm here again today to talk about Save Club, but first I'll tell you about some predictions that I've had, which are quite amusing. Long time ago I had my palm read, and the lady who was doing it said, "Oh, you'll always work." And I thought, "Whoa, that's interesting." And then at some point, the firm I was working for was went bankrupt, and they paid me some money, um, salary or whatever they were supposed to pay me. And I found I'd got two jobs because I went straight to another job, so I was always working. Uh, that was a bit strange. But then later on, I retired and was sitting around doing very little. And then I decided to get involved in affiliate and network marketing. So I'm still working, even at the age of 77. So there you are. So Save Club seems to be going quite well. It's still in pre-launch. As far as I know, there are less than, I think that 20, 30,000 members in the pre-launch, and it will be, I don't know, the founder Charles Moy. I think he's expecting to get up to 1 million members in 2025. We're hoping for that, which should be nice because then it would be similar to what Live Good did in 2023. They went from 0 in December 22 to about 1 million at the end of 23. And of course, they're using with certain tweaks and additions and so on. They're basically using the same software because Save Club, I believe, has rented the Powerline software from Live Good, which actually gives you another stream of income to the Live Good business, I suppose. But anyway, Save Club's in pre-launch still till the 1st of June. And many of the professionals I've come across in this industry are saying, well, you must get into these things early. Of course, the old school says something different. They say, oh no, you've got to wait for a few years until the business is really established and this, that and the other. But that makes it somewhat more difficult for people if a business is already well known, established, whatever. And especially if it's a business that if you get into relatively early and actually start to enjoy some of the savings, discounts, whatever, it's something that you can tell your friends about, whereas businesses that sell products sometimes at good prices, like Live Good, wholesale prices, and sometimes at very inflated prices where they pay a lot of commissions, even if you are using the products, and many people do. But it's a bit more difficult to be saying to people, oh, you should really join this business, because they're probably buying, for all you know, they're buying similar kind of products at Walmart or some other supplier, and they're not likely to really want to change very quickly. So it makes it more difficult. But if you're actually promoting something that saves money and on restaurants, hotels, travel, all sorts of things, luxury brands even. I've seen a few luxury brands on the website. Then you're going to, it's going to be easier to recommend to friends and associates. And some businesses, you might be working at a business. Some businesses say, oh, you can't be doing anything. You've got to work for us. You can't do anything else. But if it's a savings club, like Save Club, it makes it a lot easier in that kind of situation, because you're not going around promoting a business. You're not really going around promoting some business that sells a whole lot of products in the company's time. It's just so when you're out at lunch with people, or when you're gathering with people you know in your business, you can say, well, I'm in this thing, and I'm making some good savings, on things I buy just in the normal way. See if people are interested. Anyway, I thought I'd come on today because it's been rainy the past few days here in Barbados. Rainy, bit of wind and so on. Now the weather is good, and so let's hope that it continues that way. It's very unpredictable because it just rolls in from the Atlantic somewhere. Anyway, I hope everybody's well. Everybody who listens is well. I don't think I got many views on my last video, but maybe I'll see if I can add the captions to this one, because that seems to make a difference on the shorts anyway. I'm not very good at YouTube. I've only been doing it for a very short time. So I'll try that, and I'll leave a link to my business in the comments. And I should also mention that this video is for educational and informational purposes only. So, that in effect I'm saying, none of these businesses ever give any guarantee, you can't guarantee anybody anything. But all you can really say is, if you get in close to the start, your chances, your odds of actually making a significant income, even if it takes, if you're passive, it might take a few years, but with Save Club, it's like $300 a year when you've paid your monthly membership or whatever, your joining fee, your monthly membership. So that, when you take an example of a passive membership that starts early and relies mostly on overspill to get people on their team. If you're in it for, let's say you're in it for a couple of years and you see the overspill, and the results from that growing, you might be doing it for a while, but you can see the results every week. You can see whether anybody's joined under you, or been placed under you rather, every week. And the moment that, these are people you don't know, and it will be the same even with people you introduced, that maybe 4 or 5 levels down, or maybe more. And remember, there's up to 16 levels on Save Club. Somebody joins and actually really does well at it. Somebody you never heard of, And you only need 2 or 3 of those actually joining way below you and doing really well at the business to actually make quite a lot of money at it, which is interesting because it's all to do with matching bonuses and that kind of thing. But it's quite interesting. The maths is interesting. I like to look at the maths. It's kind of fuzzy maths, but it's really interesting. I'll say cheerio for now, but have a look at my link. Have a look at the company. If you go to the link, you get to a 5-minute company video. You can decide whether you want to pre-enroll or enroll or whatever. Once you are even pre-enrolled, I'll send I will send you some more information. The company will send you information, but I'll send you any information that I think is useful. I'm not here to sell it, but actually, basically, I collect information and provide it to people. Okay, bye bye for now.